we're going to make today is called zucchini chocolate cake. As you know, my son and I, we made chocolate cake the other week. But I had one left zucchini, and I thought, what a great way to make a cake, and I'm going to put it in the freezer for someday if I have company. Read out the ingredients to you, and it is zucchini chocolate cake. It calls for 1/4 cup of margarine, 1/4 cup of shortening, 1/2 cup of vegetable oil, 1 1/2 cup of sugar, 1 egg, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1/2 cup of sour milk, and that's just milk with a little bit of vinegar in it. 2 1/2 cups of flour, 4 tablespoons of cocoa, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, 2 cups of shredded zucchini, and 12-ounce chocolate chips. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to use our wet ingredients. For 1/4 cup of margarine. Now I do not use margarine, I only bake with butter. So we have 1/4 cup of butter that I'm putting in here. 1/4 cup of butter, not margarine for me, but it does call for margarine if that's what you use. And 1/4 cup of shortening. One-half cup of vegetable oil. I use sunflower oil. And 1 1/2 cups of sugar. 1 egg. Now we're going to go ahead, we're going to beat this up together. To that we're going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. 1/2 cup of sour milk, 4 tablespoons of cocoa, a 1/2 tablespoon, so it's going to be 8 of these, 2 1/2 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to mix that up. So now we're going to add the zucchini. Now this batter is really thick, and that's because the zucchini does water the batter down once the zucchini gets hot. It calls for 2 cups of zucchini at the very end. Take a look at the batter. Now the batter isn't quite as thick anymore because we added the zucchini to it. Alright, so now all we got to do is pour these into our cake pans. Now it calls for 1 9x13, but I'm going to do it in 2 8x8s. That way I can freeze one or give one to one of my children or give them both to my children. I like making my cakes in smaller batches. So now all we have to do is add the chocolate chips. Now the icing, or the icing, how we say it in Pennsylvania Dutch, is going to be some chocolate chips. So all we do is we're just going to sprinkle chocolate chips on the top. And there we go. So that is the zucchini chocolate cake. Now we're going to put it in the oven at 325 for 50 minutes if you're using a 9x13 pan, and it'll be probably about 30 minutes, 25 to 30 minutes if you're using one of these 8x8s. Alright everyone, the zucchini cake is cooling. It's more like a brownie if you make it this way, and it'd be more like a cake if you make it in the larger pans. I thank you guys for watching today's video. It's really different for a Cheat Meal Monday, but I had such a busy weekend. I get to see Mama and Dad, and we had the food pantry, and that's always such a busy day. So I wanted to just bring up this video that I did about 2 weeks ago and I didn't get to air it. So it gave me just a little time to get some things accomplished here on the homestead. I've been doing a lot of extensive fall cleaning and getting ready for the winter months. My mother always taught me to do spring and fall cleaning, and that meant taking everything down, all the curtains, washing the walls, washing everything. It's a lot of work. I don't know how my mom did it, but I'm so glad to be able to have everything clean now and get ready for the winter months. It's time to put away all the summer clothing and get ready for the winter months, and the snow starts falling here in eastern Pennsylvania. And this is a time where where I can just take a deep sigh of relief and take a break from all the hustle and bustle of the spring and summer months. Alright, from field to in the freezer, I have all of these bags of carrots. And these are going to go in my vegetable soup. Later on this fall, I'm going to be canning a lot of vegetable soup. And it's going to go for a lot of chicken corn noodle soup. So there you go, and these are the carrots are finished.